the sorting extravaganza continues. So this all used to be in one drawer, so 4 containers, and it was a mess. So I decided to split things up. So here's the 2x2s, 2x3s, 2x4s, which is roughly split by bright colours, apple colours, 2x6, 2x8, 2x10, 2x12, 2x16, I think, roughly. There are some 2x14 in there as well. So yay, but there is also all of these that I still need to sort of like find a room for. So yeah, wish me luck. So it turns out I had quite a lot of 1x2s, just a few. So I kind of split them out in 3. So this is dark blue and then grey and black. This is anything like autumn colour, blue, red, dark red, you know, like the pretty colours. And this is all the bright rest colours and white, because I felt like that was a rough split that I could do. Also from the 1x3 and 1x2s, I've taken some of the bulk ones out because I don't really need to keep these here. They were on the wall. I just have a lot of them. And actually sometimes they make the thing overflow, so they're going to be separate. As my sorting journey continues, I realised that basically I have so many bricks that I really want them to be in these big Nyala containers so I can actually like look through them and find bits. However, they don't fit in the trolley that I used to have, which is the IKEA one. So I looked to see if I could find one that actually does fit the bigger ones, and this does, which is amazing. This is from Homebase. I think it's £25. So hopefully that should be fine. That's perfect. So I'm actually really impressed with how this comes. Like how tiny is that box for a treat here? Storage card. It sadly does not fit underneath my desk, which is kind of like a downside. I think it's like 10 centimeters too tall for that. So let me just build this and yeah, see what it does. All right, it really does feel like we're getting really close now. So here's the 1x2, 1x4, 1x6, and then 1x8. All at the top here in like the big leg boxes, so I can actually really easily just look through them as I'm building. Then below here it actually fits 4 of these leg containers, like the smaller ones. It is a little bit tight when you put the 4th one in, but at the moment I just got my stack of random slopes bits. Sorry for the sanding noise at the back. We're just sanding a unit outside. So that is super useful. And then below here is just basically anything that I currently have sitting on the floor that I'm trying to find a room for. So this will find a home. Also, yes, nom nom nom, eating these. And then there's this still to sort, but that's getting really close. And that, so I feel like I'm getting close, but I feel like I've been getting close for a while. So who knows what will prop up next. Forever sorting, so much stuff. When will it end? I have a very joyous update to share with you. These magnets are left over because my final bits of inverted slopes arrived, and now all of my figures are back on the wall. It's been 500 years. And also I've got a really good app called Minifig that can tracks them, and I am actually not that far off, which I'm very surprised about. So there is not that many that I still need to collect, and I'm kind of doing my best to add as many that I can. Alright, you have no idea how long it took for this to get here. Finally, the final piece of the puzzle for my part storage, so I can finally like finish it up. Honestly, I'm so excited. Let me open this, not with my fingers, and let me show you. It's here. Oh my god. This is interesting. So the last 2 part storage ones that I've been after for ages. So these will finish off the actual like bigger Billy bookcase one. So we've got like loads of more storage. I can finally like sort everything out completely, and I have a bit of extra space for like miscellaneous stuff. So oh my god, it took so stupidly long to get here, but it's here, so it's okay. So without a plan, I started installing them. So this is the chaos I created. But now I don't know what I was going to do, because originally I was going to put them on top of each other, and then these like sort of deeper units next to them. I was going to get a 3rd deeper unit, but I know that people will be like, oh, but you can't then see what's in the top drawers because this is in the way. But I also could just have them like this height and then have other stuff storage underneath. Oh, I don't know what I want to do now. So as you can see, those are empty now. Still deciding what to do with my sealed sets. I know it's an impressive collection. This is what I've gone with temporarily. I know, some of you are going to be like, oh no, you know, the drawers, they're so far back, you won't be able to see in the top ones. I find that actually, when I'm using these, I actually just kind of move things out quite a bit. So like I can still see, because I have like a few centimeters up here, so I can still some things. But also like often I just take them out and look in, especially when there's more than one thing in there. Because, you know, you can't see what's at the back regardless. This is all the stuff that still needs to go in, as well as these 3 containers. And this is just kind of like the dumping ground, which I don't like, but I will think about a better way. So I've got a container full of 16 by 16 plates and bits, my 8 by 16 plates, which actually are going to be dramatically reduced soon because I'm doing some millsing. This drawer is actually a second burrow without figures that I still need to build, and I was going to kind of like do a like enhancement modularization of the burrow build, but I have no room to store it, so now I just have that there. So I don't know, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't. This is just like the large things, medieval stuff that I'm just keeping separate for now, just in case. All my plates, which are all in this drawer, not the best organization, but also like I'm out of room. Some wedges and bits, anything that's like rounded. And then all of here, like extra bags, which I know where I'm going to put, but they're here for temporarily. My extra stickers, because I love having extra stickers in case, because I don't know, I really like stickered elements. You've probably noticed because I have all these drawers. This is like some stuff that I want to put back in the city when I have time. So this is like my coffee shop mock, and also the remote for the tram and a fountain, I think. And this is some other bits and pieces that are basically still half-built things that I want to incorporate somewhere. So I didn't want to break them down, but also I had nowhere to put them. So that is what those things are. And then some more plates, and actually you can see the video tiles there. That's my collection. That is going to have to go back on the shelf. This is still to be sorted. That I don't know what to do with yet. So that is where we're at right now. Standard sorting chaos. Who needs this many Technic parts? Not a non-Technic builder. So as you can see, I've been seriously cracking on with continuing to sort. So this is now my Technic drawer. I think realistically I'm not gonna like try and sell some of the parts, because I don't think I am ever gonna need like this amount of pins. Considering I don't ever build anything Technic, but like having a few is kind of useful, like this, you know, like a few of them would be fine. And I think it's quite satisfying looking. So there is that, I guess. As you can see, I still have a load of empty drawers. Actually, there was a few empty ones in here. Now I've moved some things together, so the pins used to be there, but now they're in a Technic drawer. So I may do a little bit of rejigging to see, you know, if there is a better way to do things, because I have some empty ones here. So basically I have quite a bit of empty space still, but the main issue I'm facing at the moment is not really the empty space. I have a lot of space, I think, for everything. It's just that basically everything I'm trying to sort right now is mostly just really, really small quantities. So some random round things. One of these, like just such small quantities of things that it feels a little bit pointless to them in their own drawer. Like, you know, some are fine, but you know, definitely not everything. So that is definitely a bit of an issue. So I need to think what I want to do, but I'm sure I'll find a way. Alright, storage update. I've emptied this one of stickers. It's going downstairs. This is the burrow. I've decided I'm going to store it upstairs because there's no point having it take up a whole bloody drawer. It's just rude. And these ones also are going to go upstairs because I want to keep them, but not in the room. Then there we have this. Beautiful, beautiful. The floor. It's empty. Wow. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So I'm just going to take this away. We've got these 2 new units, which this is all Technic. I've sorted things, so we've got like bars, these things. I've actually realised that there's some stuff in here for mocks, you know, for medieval. Things that I don't know what to do with. There's like miscellaneous pieces. I also thought I'd put some of these in here just because it's quite easy to have them to hand. And yeah, like random large units, because I also emptied my drawer of large elements, so now I have this like part with the plate storage drawer. Wow, beautiful, so much parts. Hold up, I'm gonna try and move back, you know, sort of smoothly. I'm really excited. Look at it. Look at it! Alright, I think it's time to show you the final result of all of this part storage extravaganza. So I've been kind of living with this part storage for a while, and I have some thoughts and some things that work, some things that don't work, and also just if I were to do it again, what I would do. Not that that's necessarily possible in this room. As you can see, it's still pretty much as I had it in the last update. So we've got the Technic drawer, the random bits drawer, all of the stuff that I had done before, and then these ones. It does look a little bit neater, but overall not much has changed. Because I've been using it for a little while, I actually kind of start to know where things are. So if I'm like, oh, I need an arch or a window, I just like can kind of really quickly find them. It's just kind of muscle memory, I think. I quite quickly can remember where I put things, so it's not too much of an issue. Then I have my part storage drawer here as well, like the trolley that I added. So we've got all the bricks in here, which is still working well. It's obviously sort of annoying that I have to lift them up to get to the bottom, but it's definitely better than what I had before. This is like the 1x2, 1x4, 1x6, 1x8, then this is the 1x3, the 1x1s. This is like the bigger bricks, and I also have the like 1x10, I think these are, and then all of the extra slopes that I couldn't fit in because there's so many of them. These come and go because I do also need them to do like projects, but this is what sits there now. And then here, the bottom shelf, we have some empty drawers at the moment. They're sitting here. They're gonna move, but you know, I'll find a use for them for sure. And then we've got some of these containers. I think I'm probably not going to need all of them, so I may do something with them because and this is still where my base plates live as before. Then I still have my random collection here, so all of my sticker sheets, which I love, and all the 16x16 plates, which I'm, as you can see, much less than last time because I've used quite a few of them. And these are all of my plates, which at the moment look alright, but I'm starting a project really soon that will need quite a lot of them, so that is going to dramatically reduce. This is still the medieval things. This is still all the wedge plates. I had them mixed in before with these corner ones, and it just didn't quite work, so yeah, I'm quite happy with them. I would ideally like another of these mini Njoleg containers, so I'll probably do that once I'm in IKEA again, which no doubt will be soon. And then here we have all the rounded ones. I do really like these. I think these are the ones from B&Q, but they move really smoothly. So I can definitely recommend them. So then here we have, like, as you can see, there is a bit of random structure. So we have like food containers. So bits that you use for minifigures. I'm sorry it's so dark. It's a really dark day today. Then we've got like, basically there is a sort of a way that I've organized them, but this is all minifigure related. Or small bits, bones. Here we have just random things that, like, I don't know how I got to have all of those, but I do. But yeah, these are things that I don't really use very often, but they are here. All of the like turret things that I use for tower building that come from Hogwarts things. Like canoes, stairs, slides, all of that kind of stuff. You can see that some of the stuff that used to live in my big parts drawers have actually now received their own drawer, which is really helpful. I'm actually like pretty impressed with this one. These are all these arches that I purchased. They use these in the new Harry Potter modular ones, and I got some because I was making some mocks, and now I have loads and I don't know how that happened. This is still all the part storage for the Technic. So I've got a lot of Technic parts here. They're good to have for like when I do like remocks. And then here we have the rest. So this hasn't actually changed that much since the first kind of sorting party. So this is probably the first update. I do think it looks super impressive and I'm really, really happy with it. The only thing that's really changed is like I have a drawer now where all of like these book covers live, but I've got like quite a lot of stuff here. I'm labeling them a little bit. I've considered quite a lot of different options of labels, but for the time being, because I'm halfway through labeling them, I'm quite happy with this. I'll show you some other options that I have and have been shown as well. So this is kind of like quite a helpful drawer with all my 1x1 parts. I really like all of the like stuff being really close together. I definitely surprisingly use these way more, and now I know what I have, it's so much easier to find some detail really quickly. I think this is kind of the perfect height, because I'm sitting on the floor right now. This is kind of all really accessible when I'm on the floor. The only downside is that these ones really aren't very accessible, but they are quite often used. So I may end up changing that around a little bit, but at the moment they have empty like pab pots behind them, and they are still kind of parts that I use quite often. So yeah, that isn't the most ideal, but overall I am very happy that I have these different ones to these, because these small drawers only divide in half and these divide in more than that. Obviously I showed you one that doesn't have that, like you can have more than one, so that's really helpful. And then this is all my minifigure stuff, but because I've started adding way more minifigures to my city, including interiors, I'm actually reducing that collection a decent amount, so I'm going to be needing more, I think. And then this is my sets that I live above them, which are stuff that I'm really proud of because I love the Lord of the Rings sets. And then some random ones. This is not decided yet, but I had these built, so I wanted to put them somewhere. Got the random mock. I may break that down, I'm not sure. And then this is sort of the area that I still need to change a lot. So yeah, that is my part storage. So a really lovely subscriber actually approached me at Swindon at the festival there and said, oh, I know about these really, really cool labels. And actually on the same day, one of my members also mentioned it on the Discord, which is crazy coincidence. But these labels exist. They are readily available for anybody to print and to use themselves. I think they're really awesome. I really like that they have the Bricklink part numbers on, they have the sizes, and they have images, which is perfect. I'm going to be putting a link into the description down below for anybody that's interested in them, because they are legitimately amazing. The thing is, I don't think I will be using them just because I need to find a way to print them, and I just at the moment haven't got the capacity, but maybe in the future I will, because, you know, let's be honest, they save a lot of effort. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that these exist because they may be helpful for people. And then last but not least, we also still have this drawer unit, which hasn't changed a huge amount. I have my plates. You've seen this at the start of the video, more plates. I had to actually merge these back into 2 drawers because I didn't have enough drawers available. More plates, even more plates, so much plates, and also, yeah, the bigger bricks because, hey, they had to go somewhere. We've got masonry mostly and some larger ones. We've got plant stuff, which at the moment doesn't have a lot in because most of this is on my desk at the minute. Ignore how messy this is. Normally this is a little bit more organised, but I'm currently updating trees, so that's why all of the orange stuff is missing. And then we've got all of the slopes. So this slope is probably the biggest improvement that I've made. This was all in 1 drawer before, and now it's 3 drawers, but I can actually see what I have, which is amazing. So the smaller slopes, the bigger slopes, and then the random slopes, and oh my god, is it so much easier to find stuff. I'm so glad. So yeah. Overall, I think I'm really happy with the part storage that I ended up achieving. It really definitely gives me way more spaces to put stuff. It also really means that when I'm doing mocks, and especially remocks where I'm just going through a part list, I can actually find what I have. Because before, especially considering how many drawer units I have now with the same parts that I had chucked into various smaller containers before, I think I now realise how many different things I actually have, and there's definitely now I've realised been quite a few times where I was doing a remock and I just purchased the part because it was easier than finding it in my collection, which was such a shame. So I definitely think it's really good for that. In an ideal world, I would really like these units to be closer to my build table because I do still have my drawer unit with all of those other parts there that are right there by my build table, and it's just really nice to be able to sit there, build, and then just reach down next to me. But because of the layout and the size of this room, it's not really possible, unless I do a complete restructure, to have my build table with these part storage. So that is a downside. What it does mean is that I'm moving around a lot when I'm building, so I'm getting my steps in, that's for sure. But overall, that's probably something I would recommend. When you are thinking through your room and the way that you want your part storage to be, make sure that it's really easily accessible, if not reachable when you're sitting at your building table, but at least slightly movable rather than having to get up and move to the part storage. Obviously this room is not massive, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I do have to take stuff back and forth quite a lot, which isn't ideal, but as I said, it's not really possible to make it very different. So, I kind of knew it wasn't ideal in that situation, but I'm still glad that I did tackle the part storage situation because oh my god, have I got so many more parts. I'm actually currently passing out 2 remocks that I want to do, and just being able to go into the drawer and find the exact piece I'm after in 3 seconds is such a relief than before, where you're like, oh, I think it's roughly in this box somewhere where there is 20 parts thrown into one compartment, because I didn't know where else to put it, and, you know, searching through it, but it's too full, and yeah, it was a huge pain. So this is way, way, way better. I'll have links to the units that I've used down below in the description. The Sealy ones are like surprisingly perfect when you use them in Billy bookcases, because you need a bit of squidging and a bit of force, but they perfectly fit 4 in the bottom area of a Billy. So you could have 8 of these units and they would perfectly fit in a Billy bookcase, which, considering loads of us use IKEA furniture, that does make it really perfect. If you have any questions about part storage, do let me know. Obviously I'm not professional, I've just done what works for me and what was doable for my budget, but I'm glad I tackled it, because oh my god, is it so much easier to be able to find the stuff that you have. Yes, I feel slightly, maybe not embarrassed, but like shocked by the amount of parts that I've got, because I definitely did not realise. And like if I think back to like 2.5 years ago where I started collecting to now, it's like crazy that I have this stuff, because I started with nothing, and everything I wanted to build I had to like just purchase, and I had so much help from really lovely people in the community that were like, oh, I have some parts, I'll send you some, and honestly I cannot thank these people enough. That is kind of all I have to say about my part storage collection at the moment, and I hope that was kind of helpful for you guys if you're thinking about what you're wanting to do. Thank you so very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Next up I have some Diagon Alley updates, and I have some city updates, and some other vlogs definitely coming your way, because I have a lot to edit. I'm really behind, but I hope it will be enjoyable for you all, and thank you very much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon. Howdoo! Bye! Also, for those who are interested, at the moment my build table is like an absolute chaos and everything has exploded over there, so I'm just not showing you that corner, so you can't see the mess, but tune into the city update and you'll see the mess.